Alright guys, so this is a little bit out of the ordinary for me. I usually don't do tutorials or guides or things like that, but with Black Ops 3 around the corner, everyone's going to be coming back to zombies, and I just feel like there are some courtesy things and just some basic ground rules that we should establish. And by no means am I a professional player, and by no means am I the best player, but there are just some courtesy things that I, as a player, get annoyed with. And to be clear, I originally had no intent on recording this video, which is why I'm starting at round 17. Because that really wasn't my intent, and I said, screw it, I might as well record it and do it, because I was doing pretty decent. And so, basically, we're just going to lay down a couple of basic rules. Well, not rules, but just courtesy things that we can do. Now, there's a pause, because I just started this and realized it's a long-ass pause. So what's going to happen is there's going to be a part where I kind of like stop and it's like cut, like transition, I should say. And this should be coming up very soon. And then that's when we'll start really talking about the courtesy things, because I really don't want to start getting into it knowing that there's probably going to be like a minute and a half pause. I really don't even know why I paused, but coming up very soon will be. And there will be things that I point out in the video that I do that will be a tip. I'm going to run through it. It's really just split through into two categories, early game and late game. This is one of the tips that I'm going to like pass off, but this pause is about to show up in like 2 seconds. So yeah, so once we're done, we'll really start mentioning those tips right after this pause. And we return. So now we're going to actually get into the tips and tricks. Training will be something that I bring up later. But one of the early things is early game kill stealing. It's rude. Please don't do it. Early game kill stealing is bad. It is not nice, and you shouldn't do it. I kind of like, how am I about to get past this? But that's how you do it. But it's really, really rude. If a guy puts a bullet into a zombie, it's his kill. Unless it's like round 10 and you don't think he can do it because he's out of ammo, then no. But round 1, if he puts a bullet into it, it's his kill. Because a lot of the times he's just building points. And one of my tips for building points, and it's not really my tip, but it's a common thing, is shoot the zombie a couple times with your pistol. It's not going to kill it, and then you knife it. Because on round 1, round 2, knives are a one-hit kill. So yeah, you'll get more points if you do it that way. You get many, many, many more points doing it that way. But this will be split. This will be split into basically two categories: early game and late game stuff. And what you're gonna be seeing right now is late game, because I have Galvin Knuckles. I don't know if they'll be in a new game, but Galvin Knuckles are pretty good. The Galvin Knuckles kill zombies, and you can see it's round 18 with 3 of them. So when you're late into the round, almost nothing but your crawler, then you're more than welcome to just wait till they're off fire and then hit them with the Galvin Knuckles. Especially because I have pack-a-punch guns and it will conserve ammo. And that's what I'm doing now. I'm just doing it. Watching him, waiting for him to get off fire, and then I'm going to punch him. Be careful doing that, because they can, charge or swing at you wildly. And you can get down doing it. So be very careful of doing that. But early game, you should probably be aware that people are going to try and build points on here, so they're not going to be knifing and trying to get kills like you. So please be respectful of that. The next thing is that Easter eggs are going to be a very popular thing coming back now. So what I was about to say. Easter eggs are a very popular thing that'll be coming back now. So you should really get you should really decide if you're going to, if you want to do them. early on because they could get complicated. I advise just checking them out, even if you're not really an Easter egg person, but just checking them out and knowing the basics of them, just knowing how to do them, just in case you get into a lobby where like three other people in the lobby want to do it. See, like I said, Galvin Knuckles. Highly would advise you to wait until later on to do it. Another early round thing is door opening. You will find that there are a bunch of people who don't want to open doors because they're cheap. And especially early on when people aren't going to know the lay of the land, they're not going to know where perks are, they're not going to know a lot of different things. They're not going to want to waste their points on doors and things. They're going to get guns out the box, and perks, and all that. So my advice is, at least this is what I do with my friends. Whoever has the highest points, and this is how I feel, whoever has the highest points, you buy a door. Next highest, buy a door. Next highest, buy another door. Next highest, next highest, next highest. And we go through that way. Now, that's my philosophy. However, I know there are not going to be people, so the next one is just take turns buying doors. You buy a door one day, then the next guy. Damn it. See, I went down being an idiot there. But I do think I make it to at least round 21 or 20. So we got a little bit more to cover. Monkeys are always valuable. Monkeys are invaluable. So even though you've gotten your points and you've gotten your box, always try and shoot for the monkeys if you ain't got any. Cover your butt with monkeys. But there's not too much early game stuff that can really be covered. Just decide if you want no Easter eggs, just in case. Decide if you're the type of person who wants to do Easter eggs. Be generous with your, be fair with your kills. Don't go kill stealing. Try and get as many points early and be considerate with door opening. Also, one thing that you're going to have to know is with solo, you can leave your crawler alone as long as you want because it's you, well, until it dies anyway. But online, some people aren't going to want to have that crawler just walking around as you do things. And you can usually tell that's a good sign that they don't want to do an Easter egg. If you make a crawler and if you have a zombie and you're running this zombie in circles, and then they just kill it, they usually don't want to do an Easter egg. So you probably don't want to. You don't even want to get the idea that Easter eggs are going to be done. Another thing is, with running crawlers and zombies like that, I advise doing it if someone who went down that round doesn't have all his perks or her perks, or, don't have perks. So if they go down and then they survive and there's 2 zombies left, I advise running those zombies for them so that they don't have to rush in between the rounds with like 2 seconds to grab 4 perks again. I shouldn't duck to do that, but I was being an idiot. But like I said, there's not too much early game stuff. Not just basic tips. Crawlers and grenades. In the video, you saw me throw a Simtex on the wall. And that's why you see these crawlers. I'm trying to get all my perks back. And when you ain't got any perks, it's very, very, very annoying. So, my perks I like to run are double tap to help killing zombies with ballistic weapons. I don't think double tap applies to the ray gun, but it might. I think it just gives the specifics. I don't know. It'll probably change anyway. But point is,